on this computer. All right. And let me go ahead and share my screen. Okay, here we go. All right, good evening, everyone. This is Calvin Butler with the RBBS Logistics Learning Center and the National Dispatchers Network. And tonight is Wednesday night. It is 8:02 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it is time for Q&A. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right in. We've got some people waiting. I hope y'all got some great questions, so let's jump right in. Question? Questions in one, questions. This is Q&A. I'm supposed to have some questions ready for tonight. That's what we do on Wednesday nights, Q&A. We don't do training, we just do Q&A. You all ask, I answer. Usually try to get it done within about 40 minutes. So here we are, we're open, so let's have some questions.
I have a question, Calvin. This
Sure.
is starting. When you're on the load boards and you're looking to the far right and you see TSA, is that a company that can only do that load, or?
All right, you said when you're on the load board, let's go to the load board and see what you're looking at.
I was on, I think it was Direct Path.
Truckers Path?
Yeah, it was, I believe it was Truckers Path.
Yeah,
I was going through so many, I didn't know. I'm not sure which one I was on.
Okay. But you said you saw, what did you see?
When you look at the load board on and you find, a load, and if you look all the way to the far right and you have some loads that say TSA, I didn't know if that's a company that can.
TSA.
TSA.
No, it's probably a company, but hold on, we'll take a look at it. Let's explore here. Truckers Path in there.
I don't remember if it was Direct Freight or Truckers Path, but it was one of the two.
We'll find out. Truck loads for areas that loads. So I'm trying to let people in and do this at the same time. I've gotten pretty good at it. Search online. All right, let's find some loads. Any? All right, you see it, TSA, like right over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, these are the brokers. Yeah, these are all brokers. So,
no, that wasn't it. I think it was the other one, the other load board.
Okay, all right, so this is not it. Okay, let's go to
Hey, I did that. I looked at that one today.
Go to Direct Freight.
Oh, now I'm just talking through this.
If you have your mic open and you got other conversations going on, close your mic, please. Let's see here. Other one. The Direct Freight was the other one you
yeah,
want?
Direct Freight. It was one of the two. It had to have been Direct Freight.
Okay.
I'm still trying to learn the load boards here.
No problem. Ooh, Texas got only 973 loads in Texas. That's low. Now, have y'all noticed that loads are getting kind of scarce?
Yeah.
Y'all see that?
Yep.
Yeah.
I believe I was on Texas too when I was looking at them, and they were higher paying freight.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was wondering, but all the higher paying freight had TSA at the very end, so I wasn't sure what that was.
Oh, let's check it out. What's going on? They've kind of narrowed down what the oh, you mean right here, TIA.
TIA, yeah.
All right. Click on that and tell you what it is. TIA is what is that? That is the
company.
yeah. It's the kind of like the logo or the call the whatever for this company, right? Hold on, U.S. Logistics. No.
That's not the credit report, people.
That might be a credit report, but hold on, let's find out. That's a credit report right here.
Yeah.
I mean, the company. I mean, yes, I always thought TIA was the company.
Low risk. Or no, I don't think that's not the credit reporting company. I don't think.
Mm-mm.
Nope.
Well, I guess it's not that very important.
Well,
I didn't know if it was a certain
well, I've never really
trucking
paid it.
company that can only do those loads. That's what I was concerned about.
Well, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's go to our logistics library.
Yeah.
Let's go to the library and see what they say it is. It might be in there, it might not. Let's find out. All right, terminology, glossary, term, dictionary of trucking terms, freight.
You just did that the other night.
I'm sorry?
He can hear you.
TIA. Go down and see if they have it in here. It doesn't look like there's anything that's in the shipping terms.
Transportation Intermediaries Association.
Hey, there you go. Would you Google it?
Google it.
Yeah, that's what I should have done.
Yeah. Google is something else.
Is that something we need to be concerned about?
What was it again?
Is that something that we need to be concerned about?
No. Damien, what was the name of it again? Transportation what?
Intermediate Association.
Okay, let's see. Let's find out what they are. Find out what they are.
It is. Oh, sorry, I stepped away. Organization exclusive representing.
TIA in trucking. Okay, Transportation Intermediate Associates. Okay, let's see what they are.
It's like a third-party logistics industry.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, a 3PL. Advocacy, membership, about TIA. Okay, it's not a third-party logistics firm, but they're like a union for 3PL, influencing 3PL growth and profitability for over 40 years. The only organization dedicated to advancing the needs of third-party logistics professionals. Okay, so they're a professional organization that represents and works on the behalf of third-party logistics firms, like a union for TIAs for third-party logistics firms.
Okay.
And so, that's a good idea. Too bad I didn't come up with it. All right. So next question. We figured that one out.
Yeah. I have one more question.
Sure.
When you go on, like, say, Trucker's Path and you look at the ratings, on some of the ratings, say you have, 40%, and another rating you have 80%. How can you have more than 100% within all the ratings?
What are you looking at, on the load board, or are you looking at on the truck locator?
On the truckers, yeah.
On the truck locator.
Yeah, on Trucker's Path.
Hold on. Here. Upload for brokers. In. Go. Book search. Now, you talking about over here?
Yeah,
Safety ratings?
yes.
Okay, I don't think the safety ratings are in, they're not, I don't think they're in, I don't think they're, I don't think from 1 to 100 is not the indicator.
Okay.
Is that's what I'm thinking. Where you seeing actual rating at?
Let's see, what did I do?
Yeah, you got authority, operations, safety, you have some safety issues, insurance, and other.
Yeah, I think you have to click on one of them, or go all the way down.
On the other?
Yeah, it could be.
Okay.
No, that wasn't it. How did I do it? I should have wrote this down.
Insurance.
Is that it?
Nope. It shows you got the insurance. Let's check on the safety, the one that got gigged on. This is what you're talking about right here, right?
Yes.
All right. Each one of these is separate. It's not the totality of each one. Okay. Each one is separate.
Okay.
You can go from, like, on compliance, you can go from 0 to 8 up to 100. On this, you can go from that up to 100. On this, you can go from that to 100. Each one is separate. It's not a totality of it where you're looking at the whole thing and then you're looking at it. What they're doing is they'll take each one of these and then they'll average it out, and that gives you your average percentage. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any one of them that weighs more than the other? That
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. It depends on who's evaluating. If you are trying to decide if a shipper will load this truck, I'm gonna tell you what shippers are going to look at. If you're trying to decide if a shipper is gonna load the truck, shippers is gonna look at their unsafe driving, right?
Right.
And they're gonna look at drugs and alcohol. Everybody kind of looks at that, but mostly they're gonna look at the unsafe driving, and they're really gonna look at the vehicle maintenance. Now, why is that important?
Okay.
Why is that important, though?
The maintenance,
Yeah,
they have to keep the truck up, running right.
exactly. They want to make sure that the shipment is gonna get to where it's going, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure it gets there on time, right?
Right.
If the truck has a real bad history of maintenance problems, and the shipper might say, we don't want to load this guy because, he might not make it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And unsafe driving, same thing, right? Now, as far as a broker is concerned, if you're looking at it from a broker standpoint, right, they're gonna look at, compliance, and they're gonna look at, not so much driver fitness, but they're gonna look at compliance, and they're gonna look at maintenance too.
Okay.
And they're definitely gonna look at the unsafe driving.
Mm-hmm.
So it depends on who is doing the evaluation. It's gonna determine what they pay, what they give more credence to over something else. Okay.
Yep. Thank you.
All right. All right. Anybody else have a question? All right. I done finished that coffee already. I'm craving some caffeine.
Hello, I have a question.
Yes, sir.
All right. Where can I find the information on I guess what to send the prospective carrier and what he's supposed to send me and what he's supposed to send me back. I'm basically wondering how are they supposed to know, how do they sign up with RBBS to make the payment and such? I couldn't find that.
First off, they're not signing up with RBBS.
I mean, as far as just when the way we're paid as dispatchers.
Yeah, they're signing up with you. They're not signing up with RBBS.
Okay.
You all don't work for us. You're your own business owner. We just provide you all with the tools, resources, training, that type of stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, as far as where to find stuff, all in your back office. Someone tell me what I am about to say. Someone.
Start with your
Go
Video
to
live.
invoicing.
That's your first video.
How-to series.
Yeah. All right. First thing you want to do is you want to watch this video.
Okay.
Okay. The reason why I want to watch this video because this is a private consultation with a gentleman who wanted to know where to find everything. Okay. And how, that was his question in this video. That's why I put it up here.
Okay.
It says watch this first. Because this private consultation was on where to find certain tools and resources within your back office. How do you find everything? How do you determine what things are what? Where do you go to find stuff? And how do you use stuff? So this is why this video is up here. And it says start with this video. Okay? So you need to watch that video. Now, in your tools and resources, we have what's called a workflow. We have a workflow. All right. Your workflow tells you step by step what to do next. Okay.
Yeah.
No. I'm missing something. Oh, there it is right there. All right. There's your workflow of dispatching right here. Okay. This is your workflow. You click on this, pull it up. It's going to tell you how to get a load from booked, from start to finish, getting paid on. Okay. And when you pull it up and you go through it, and I'm gonna show you somewhere else you should go to if you're more of a visual person. Click on the workflow, it'll put up, and there it is. Workflow of dispatching. Okay. Once the carrier emails you the signed dispatch agreement, keep a copy for your records. Email a copy. Don't do this anymore. Anyway, where you see where it says email to RBBS, just scratch that out and keep a copy for yourself. So you all don't send us anything, but we don't process your invoices. Like we were brokers and we were hiring our own agents, we were processing all their paperwork. But now we are no longer brokers and you all don't work for us, so we no longer process your paperwork. We don't get any type of compensation from you all whatsoever other than your monthly subscription fees to access stuff. Okay. All right. It says contact your broker with the load that you need on the book. But this goes through all the steps. Now, if you're looking for where to find stuff at, the best place to go and look for that or to get an understanding of where that is and what you're going to send them is you're going to send them a dispatch agreement and you're going to send them a profile form. Now, where we talk about that at is in the video library. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
I know that part. I guess my question is, how do we get paid, or how do we ensure that we get paid by the carrier?
That's in the video library too.
Okay.
It's over at the very end. Yeah, that's why you watch all 6 of the series. The series literally takes you to all the steps
Okay.
from finding, the carrier, how to find the carrier, what to say to the carriers. It's all right here. Okay,
Okay.
It's all right here. In the first one, it says what? How to locate owner operators, dispatch training. Second one is how to, part 2 series, the pitch, what to say to the carriers when you locate them. Third one is dispatch agreement and carrier profile. That's what you need to, and the video shows you where it is and tells you, how to send it and all that type of stuff. This one right here is load management. It tells you how to go to load boards and find the loads.
Okay.
What you do with that. This one over here goes on and tells you how you do your load, your confirmations, right, with the broker. After you found the load, call the broker up. This one talks about, finding the load and calling the broker up. This one talks about your confirmation, getting your load confirmations, your rate confirmations, and all that type of stuff. This and that. And this one over here tells you what? Carrier invoicing, how to get paid.
Okay.
So this is in the carrier invoicing. If you watch that video, it tells you exactly what to do.
Okay.
And what you're gonna do with that is you have to sign up. If you're doing it through Square, the way we advise you all to do it, you gotta sign up for Square, the Square business, okay?
Mhm.
And this tells you how to sign up for Square, tells you where to go in Square and how to do it, how to submit your invoices, the whole 9 yards. But but this is the video that tells you all of that. Now, I could get into showing you all that night, but that would take up the rest of the night. Okay, because this is a very in-depth. This was an hour and 31 minutes by itself. But this right here is basically right now. It's telling you how to sign up for Square. There's the link right there. If I start from the beginning, it starts off with, we're gonna show you all how to do your invoices and stuff. You can kind of roll through it, and it tells you all about signing up with Square, and doing your invoices. Yeah,
Okay. I'll check that
telling
out.
you what Square does for you. If you go a little bit further into it, we go into showing you how to call the broker, what to say to them, showing you how to prepare your invoices, how to edit your team, if if you're paying other team members and this and that, goes in here. Here is your invoice right here. Shows you what the invoices look like. We show you how to fill it out. We show you how to attach your documents to it. All this is in this video. Okay.
Okay.
So everything you need to know about how to invoice and how to sign up for it and how to get paid is all right here. Okay, so take the time to go through these videos, especially this How to Dispatch series. If y'all watch anything, you should watch, the How to Dispatch this series. Okay, you should watch all 6 of these videos in order, because they basically just lay it out for you on how you should start, how you should finish. Then you start back over with the next load. Same thing all over again. Okay?
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Next question.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Butler?
I'm doing great. I'm doing better than I deserve. What's up?
Great. Question for you. So I'm having this fear of, say I have 1 or 2 carriers and I'm just getting started booking their loads through the week. And I guess in my head, I'm thinking about how I'm gonna keep them running from, say, stop A, stop B with the loads that I'm selecting for them. But say you have a carrier that doesn't, you book them, and then the next load that you kind of had in mind to set them up with, he doesn't take that load or agree to it. How do you, I guess my question is, how do you prevent from running into that trouble of you thinking that you have this carrier you're banking on to book for the week, but
Mhm.
then he doesn't accept the load, and I
Okay.
guess you kind
Yeah,
of behind
yeah.
the
I
eight
see what
ball.
you're saying. All right, that comes down to communications because I ran through that a couple times. You know, comes down to communications. You gotta before you start looking for loads with the carrier, you gotta have a talk with them. You gotta assess what it is they want. Okay, so that's why you send them that profile sheet to tell you what they want. So when you go to call them back and say, hey, okay, I see here you're telling me you don't, you want to run in the south. Now, does that mean that you don't want to go up in the mountains? You want to stay on flat land? Because if that's the case, then I can run you all the way over here. You know what I'm saying? I can run you from here all the way over, and even run you a little bit over, up in here a little bit, right? You see what I'm saying? But I can definitely run you all the way across this line right here, right? Because all that is flat. And I can run you up in the Midwest, because that's pretty flat too, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I can run you all the way over here. Now, if you just want to stay in the South, you're talking about this right here. You know what I'm saying? So what is it you're trying to determine? Well, I just want to go up in the mountain. Okay, great. But that's what usually they mean when they say just run me in the South. Okay. So you have this conversation with them. So now the next part of the conversation is, all right, what's your main objective? Is it to make an X amount of money each week? Or is it go to the places you want to go? Which is it? Is it the money? Or is this the comfortability of going where you want to go? Now, 9 times out of 10, they're going to say what?
Money.
Exactly. So if it's the money, let's keep in mind that my objective as your owner-op business manager is to make sure you hit that goal of the amount of money you want each week. All right? So if you tell me you want to make $5,000 a week, that's what you want to bring home, a minimum of that, right? So I'm going to choose loads that's going to get you to that $5,000 per week. Now, there may be a load in there or two that's not playing what you want, but that load is getting you to a place that will take you up so you can end up with the money you were looking for. You understand what I'm saying, Mr. Owner Operator?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. So when I give you your first load, after you tell me where you are, I'm going to start doing my load management. And my goal is to piece together a group of loads, a string of loads all week that will get you the amount of money or more based on what you told me you want. Okay? Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
All right, so we're good to go, right?
I guess the second part of that, for someone just getting started, what is the safety net of amount of carriers you kind of want to work with without putting too much on your plate? So say,
Well, remember, you're a company, right? And what do companies do? What do companies do when they get an overflow of stuff that they can't handle? They do what?
outsource.
They hire.
Why, yes, sir.
Yeah, you're not gonna outsource. You're gonna hire because you want to build your company. You want your dispatch firm to grow as big as you can get it, right?
Yes, sir.
You want to go to logistics or or Viacom, or you want to go to a huge company and become a huge 3PL. So when you get to a point, let's say if you can constantly handle 5 carriers, right? Now when you get number 6, don't stop going after carriers because you got to a point to where I think I can't handle that many. I put an ad out somewhere, put an ad in Indeed, put an ad on Facebook, put an ad on LinkedIn, go into the trucking groups and advertise, and I'm looking for dispatchers. And you just grow, right? So the more you grow, the more loads you book, the more money you make, right?
Yes, sir.
So don't ever think about studying, your growth
Well, I guess I was just thinking as far as just getting started. You know, you kind of want to
Yeah,
before you start hiring, you want to know
yeah,
exactly.
you're right. You're right. But look at it this way. You may feel uncomfortable with booking freight for 5 or 6 carriers, but if you hire someone who knows what they're doing and they're good at it, why don't you just do the stuff that you are comfortable with and good at, and let them do the stuff that that makes money? That's what bosses do, right?
Yes, sir.
And start thinking like a boss, because y'all all are bosses, right? Start thinking like a boss, right? Okay, I'm not good at I'm okay at it, but I really don't like booking freight for all these doggone carriers. I just much rather just call them up and hit them with the pitch and get them signed up, that type of deal. If that's what you're comfortable with, that's what you're good at, right? Get to the point, at least 4 or 5 carriers, so you understand how the process goes, and then you hire someone to manage those 4 or 5 carriers, right? You hire your sub dispatcher. You're gonna pay them the majority of the cut. If you're doing 10%, you might want to pay them 60 or 70%. You take the 3% or the 4%. You see what I'm saying? And all you're doing is you just doing the sales work. You just calling up carriers. Hey, Mr. Carrier, how you doing? My name's such, 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 with blank, 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 blank. And let me ask you a question. How much money do you need to move your truck? Oh, that's what you're good at. So you stay with that. You just stick with bringing in the carriers, and every time you get 5 or 6 more, you hire yourself another what? Dispatcher. And let them handle it. When you get 5 or 6 more, you hire yourself another dispatcher. And before you know it, you're gonna look back and you got yourself 20 to 30 dispatchers, each one of them booking freight for 5 carriers each. And you got a carrier network of close to 100 carriers. You're making serious money. But them 3% adds up, don't it?
Yes, sir. They do.
I was done. I mean, don't get overwhelmed by the big picture. Focus on the steps, and the big picture will fall into place. You understand what I'm saying?
I got you.
Yeah, don't try to say, oh man, this is too much. No. Break it back down and stay focused on the small picture. Focus on what I do. Let them focus on what they do. And I focus on what I do. And we just truck right along. I continue doing what I do. And then when I get them in, I shuffle them off over here and let them do what they do. Then I go back over here and do what I do and bring in some more. Then I hire me somebody else and I shuffle them off over there and let him do what he do or her do what she do. You see what I'm saying? And you just do what? Manage. That's what bosses do. They just manage. Okay? But to answer your question, generally speaking, a person can handle about 5. Some people can handle a little bit more, but about 5. Okay? You can handle more, especially if you get them on dedicated. You set them up on them little, try runs. You call the broker back. Hey, my guy can run that load every day at the same time. Or the next broker, my guy can run that load every day at the same time. Or the third guy, my guy can run that load every day at the same time. Right? They all agree. Then what have you done? You lighten your workload, right? Because then your carrier knows he's going to run the same loads 5 days a week, the same 3 routes, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now you ain't got to worry about that. Just make sure you check up with the broker every now and then and check with the shippers and make sure everything is going good. Make sure you run his loads on time, check with the driver. That's all you got to do. I mean, there are ways you can make this so easy. You really can. It just requires a little bit of it requires a little bit more planning. But once you have that done, I mean, it becomes a cakewalk. You just let it run itself then. When you put enough of them on those dedicated runs, like I showed you how to do, find those short runs, dedicated and short runs, they just running back, they just running around in a circle. Same loads, same circle, same every day, same time, off every weekend, bringing home about $1,600 to $1,900, $2,000 per day. Well, you know, at the end of the week, they're clocking $7,000, $8,000, $9,000 a week, and they happy as pie. weekends off. Right? So, you know, you can make this easy or you can make it difficult, you know, either way, you know, but it's what you make of it, you know, and if you take the time to do a little bit more planning, you know, in finding those loads, little investigation, you know, doing your research and stuff and finding those loads and then, you know, kind of piece them together. You all, and as I told y'all before, the loads are getting kind of lighter because what's really happening is they've kind of figured out what is essential freight. Because you notice all that other stuff that they was having, that there was like 1,600 loads but most of them were getting canceled when when you all were booking them. Y'all remember that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now they kind of weeded out all the loads that are non-essential, and the brokers have figured out what's essential. So even though there's less loads, right, everything should get down to running in a timely fashion. Because this is all, what you're seeing now is pretty much all essential freight for the states that they're popping up in. I don't think anybody on here has more than, what, 1,000 loads. When before you were seeing 2,600, 1,600, 1,800, some states almost 3,000 loads, right? I think the most you see right now is what, 953, that's in the biggest state there is, right? So they kind of figured it out, you know, what the essential freight is. And if you kind of go through it, just kind of go through it here a little bit. And let me turn on my,
Mr. Calvin, can I ask a question while you're doing it?
yes, sir.
Say we go through, you know, we set up a good relationship with the shipper, and the driver goes behind our back and fires us and goes directly to them. Is there anything that we can do to protect this from happening to us?
All I can tell you is try to form a good relationship with your carrier. Now,
Right.
if
it would be wise to.
But hold on. If you had already established that load, okay, and you had a dispatch agreement in place, right? If you got a dispatch agreement in place, and that was an established load that you put them on, and you found that shipper and it's your shipper, well, it's not your shipper because you're not a broker. You can't really have a shipper. But you found them that connection, and you are their dispatcher. All right. You can file a claim, but it's going to be up to the Federal Bond Service and Federal Motor Carrier Association as to what they do with it. Because you do have a dispatch agreement, right? You will have confirmation rate sheets as evidence that you are the one that started that and they were accepting, right? You have the BOLs. So you got everything you need to file a claim against the authority, right?
Right.
Now, it's still going to be up to the Federal Motor Carrier Association and what's called to determine what they want to do with it. Now, the Federal Bond Service, they pretty much are going by, you know, set of rules or whatever this and that. But the Federal Motor Carrier Association, they have what's called what is it? Conduct rules. You know, so they are going to be a little bit more swaying on penalizing someone for bad behavior, not necessarily violating any type of quote unquote statutes. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
All right. So they may want to recommend.
Like ethics, right?
Sorry?
I said more like ethics.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. So they're the ones who are pretty much going to make that type of ethical type of decision. But yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay. I do see what you're saying. Now, if you were a broker, you got a lot more. You got a lot more things you can do with that. As a broker, that's your shipper. And if the carrier tries to turn around and go straight to the shipper, then the broker can go to the shipper and say, "Hey, don't load that carrier no more." And the shipper will be inclined to agree with you because the shipper has a relationship with you for what, millions of dollars worth of freight, right? Right?
Right.
That's if you were a broker. I have done that before as a broker. I had a carrier who just turned out to be an a-hole, and you know they purposely went around me and tried to develop a relationship with the shipper. I informed the shipper that they was no longer part of my, my carrier group, and the shipper's contract is not with the carrier. The shipper's contract is with the broker. Shippers don't usually work directly with carriers. That's why shippers do work with brokers. Because brokers have the bond. Brokers are the ones that they have the relationship with. Okay, that's why I don't understand how a lot of these owner operators, they keep saying, well, the answer to solving cheap freight is you gotta start going directly to the shipper. You gotta find a way to get directly to the shipper. You gotta understand that the shippers don't want to deal with you directly. They don't. Most shippers don't want to deal with the majority of shippers, 95% of the shippers out there don't want to deal with the carriers directly. They really don't. Okay? That's why they like dealing with dispatch firms if they'll deal with them at all. They prefer to do it through some type of intermediary. Anybody tell me why that is?
Somebody else to deal with the ins and out headaches of the driver might be complaining about.
Well, yeah, because a lot of times carriers they're just immature. Y'all know I'm right, right?
Big babies, they want everything.
Yeah, a lot of carriers are a lot of owner operators are very immature, especially when it comes to business. They're not very business savvy. I'm not trying to talk bad about them or anything. I'm just saying that's just a fact of the matter. Now you got some out there who are very business savvy. They're on top of the game. You got a lot of them that's just not. They take things personal. They think it's something, they go off and it's a plot, it's this, it's conspiracy, it's that. And shippers ain't got time for that. They trying to move some freight. They're trying to move them billions of dollars worth of freight they got. They ain't got time for all that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? They don't want to know. They rather deal with the intermediary because the intermediary, most of the time, is the person that does this day in and day out. They handle the business side of the industry. So that's who they prefer to deal with. That's why shippers prefer to deal with brokers. Because they are the business side of the industry. The carriers and the owner operators are the workers side of the industry. They're the labor side of the industry, right? Y'all agree with me or you don't?
Oh no, Riart, totally.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah. So shippers, they don't want to deal with the laborers. They want to deal with the people who handle the business stuff. Okay? So, when I see owner operators complaining about brokers, but they don't understand without the brokers, you probably wouldn't be doing nothing. So shippers, they just don't want to work with you. Shippers would just work with the huge companies and won't deal with the independent carriers. They really won't. They much rather deal with the huge, JB Hutt, Warner, Swift, CR England. They rather deal with the huge mega firms. So, and a lot of carriers, they just don't understand that. They really won't. They refuse to see that they really do need brokers. Brokers are the ones that establish that connection to the money so that they can have an independent network of owner operators. Now, back in the day when it first started out, before this became big business, yeah, you had owner operators that could go and walk up to a shipper and shake their hand and say, hey, I want to pull this freight, this and that. But when this thing turned the corner and it became a big business, and those shippers weren't just good old boys no more, right? They were corporations. And they had, board of directors and shareholders and all that type of stuff. Then the game changed. And it changed forever. They ain't never going back to the good old boy days when you can just walk up there and shake the hand of the guy who owns the shipping plant, the president of the company. Don't do that no more. Yeah. And when it switched over to when the shipping and the supply line switched over to corporate America, right? Big business, corporate America, they said, no, we don't want to deal with them truckers. We want to deal with them. And that's where the brokers come in. The professional people that are put in place as the intermediaries to bridge the gap. Now, a lot of truckers, they're never going to want to admit that, but they need brokers. They're never going to want to admit it. Every piece of this industry has its place. It's like a well-tuned, automobile. You take something out of it and start ticking. What's that ticking sound? Start knocking, right? You can't just remove certain parts of it and then think it's going to work better. No, it's probably going to work a little bit worse. There's going to be friction. Be bumping heads. People going to get mad. Somebody's going to get hurt. Y'all know what I mean? So, every piece in this industry is needed, okay, to make it, because it's a complicated thing now. It's not as simple as it used to be, back in the, in the early 70s and back in the convoy days, rubber duck, quack, quack. It ain't like that no more. You ever watch that movie, Convoy? Y'all watch that movie?
I heard about it.
All right. All right. What was it?
I remember what it is, but I never watched it. Well, I probably watched it.
Yeah, you gotta watch that movie because that movie is about the way it used to be, and then now corporate America started taking over the shipping and the trucking lanes, and the guys that were used to just going up and running loads and talking to the shippers and doing the good old boy days, the cowboys of the trucking industry, they were now being taken over by corporations and big trucking companies and this and that. So it became a pushback, and they formed a convoy to protest and this and that, and all this big money at the army and the sheriff and everything, and they wanted to stop this convoy at all costs.
I think I have seen that. Now that you, yeah.
Rubber duck, quack quack. So if you watch that movie, that'll give you a good understanding of where that change happened. It changed right about the late 70s. So that's when that movie was done right in the late 70s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's when the change started to happen. The corporate America started taking over the trucking lanes and the shipping and stuff like that. And it never went back. It never went back, and it never will. There's too much money involved now. You got all these companies now. They're going public. They got shareholders. They got hedge funds. They got all kinds of stuff. They're on the SEC, NASDAQ, on the S&P. They got shares, stockbrokers, and day traders and stuff. They running everything now. So when you got that happening, they want to deal with the truckers? No. That's why big brokerage firms started coming in. Like I told y'all before, this industry was never designed to support the small, medium-sized brokerage firms. It's designed for the huge brokerage firm because that's who they put in place to act as intermediaries between the shippers and those guys, corporate America guys, and the truckers. So they realize that those guys are not going to mix. They're never going to understand them, and they're never going to understand them. So they have to have somebody in the middle who kind of understands both sides.
Right, right. That's that buffer.
Exactly. You know, and you know, most owner operators, they never take the time to do that research to figure out how this got that way. But you know, before I got into this industry, I knew where I wanted to go with it. I knew I wanted to be on this side of it, but I wanted to learn it from the ground up. And I had already done my history and my research, you know, on the history of why things are the way they are, why shippers do this, why there are brokers and how they came about, why there are dispatch firms, and why there are, you know, owner operators and lease operators, and you know, it's very complicated. It really is. But it's a great industry. Yeah.
$1 trillion.
Especially if you can, you know, if you can figure some things out and solve problems within the industry, you know, you can do pretty good living for yourself.
Turn adversity into an advantage.
Exactly. That's all we're doing with the assurance thing. You know, we located a problem, a very, very big problem, and you know, it just took some figuring it out, but you know, we finally was able to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's the mother lode right there. Tell it.
It's exciting. It's gonna be a ride. I'll tell you that right now.
You think you got haters now? Just wait until later.
Look,
Calvin, I've got a quick question.
yes, ma'am.
On Central, do you like to post your stuff as quick pay or COD with instructions?
No, I just on Central Dispatch.
Yes, sir.
Don't post quick pay because you're gonna get yourself in trouble.
Okay, and don't use post COD either?
No, because you definitely don't want to do that.
Okay, so just leave
You
it
definitely
blank.
don't want to do that. Because look, the way U-ship works, you're gonna get yourself in trouble that way. I just had a private consultation with somebody and talking about that today. Remember how U-ship works, okay? The client posts what they want to move, what needs to be moved, take bids on it, somebody wins the bid. When you win the bid, right, then the money from the client goes into U-ship, you know, kind of like a holding, you know, area, right? Then you win the bid, then you post it on Central Dispatch. Now, if you post it on Central Dispatch and you say pay on delivery, COD, or you pay quick pay, then the carrier is going to be paid at the drop. Where the client can't pay him at the drop. So the client don't have the money. The money is over there sitting in with U-ship. And U-ship don't release it. And U-ship don't release it until the client goes back online or contact them and say, hey, my vehicle's been delivered, it's safe, it's good, everything's okay, we release the funds. Then they release the funds not to the carrier, but they release them to you, right?
Correct.
So how are you gonna do a COD?
I was just wondering because it doesn't seem like it give a lot of options, but then I see what you're
What
saying.
you want to do is this. What you want to do is this. You want to create a disclosure of compensation form, or a compensation disclosure form. It's basically just a PDF of you writing out, you know, compensation is rendered within 24 to 48 hours of confirmed vehicle delivery with no damages. That's
Okay.
it. Now,
Gotcha. No problem.
post that on Central Dispatch. That is your contract. That acts as your contract, right? Now, you don't just post it there. When you got a carrier that calls and say, hey, I want that load, then you are going to do what? You are going to verbally, you're not going to leave it up to the carrier to, you know, to assume that he read it. You're going to verbally go over it with him. You're also going to place that somewhere on your website, so it's displayed prominently on your website. So you're going to go over it with that carrier verbally. You're going to make sure you go over with them, and you probably want to record that conversation. You want to let them know that conversation. is recorded. And then on top of that, what else are you gonna do? You're gonna send them a copy of it for them to sign it and send it back to you.
Correct,
Right.
no problem.
So now they know what it is, right? Because you don't want to get in a situation like we had, just a few weeks ago, where the booked the load with the wife. She was handling the dispatching for the husband. The wife booked the load. The wife understood that it was paid in 24 to 48 hours. The husband grabbed the load, ran it, got to the customers when he dropped it off, and the customer didn't have the money because the husband wanted to be paid at the drop, and the husband wouldn't release the vehicle. So now what? You got a customer who's mad, who's gonna call you ship and complain. You got a carrier who's mad, who's gonna call Central Dispatch and complain. Who is gonna get the blunt of the blame?
The dispatcher.
Exactly. Okay, so and that's when you get yourself in trouble. You probably wind up, if not getting kicked off the site, having to answer a whole lot of questions that you don't want to answer.
Calvin, let me add something to that, Calvin.
Yeah.
This Damien. The quick pay that Central Dispatch has, it starts from 2 business days.
Exactly. But you have to make sure you go over that with those carriers, because a lot of them understand that to be paid at the drop.
Correct.
I mean, they'll see that, but they won't see it. I mean, trust me, they won't.
Well,
you gotta go over it with them.
Yeah, what Central Dispatch does, once you choose the quick pay, and it says that carrier will be paid in 2 days of delivery. Before they even sign the contract, Central Dispatch has it there for the carrier to read.
I know it's there, but will they read it?
Well, what I noticed on Central was too that people in the description are also putting out there paid within 24 to 48 hours. I mean, they keep reiterating it so there's no confusion.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Like, you got to go above and beyond, because it's all about doing what? Protecting your what?
I protect my brand, my business.
Yeah, you got to cover your backside. You got to protect your business. You got to protect your brand, and you're not gonna leave it up to chance that, oh well, it's on Central Dispatch. No, let them know. Because if something go wrong, if the carrier starts complaining, Central Dispatch gonna say, well, they're gonna ask you a whole bunch of questions. They're still gonna come back at you, regardless. And the customer is mad in that situation. Not saying that would happen, but you leaving it open for that to happen, right? Because you're assuming, and y'all know what they say about assuming, right? You are assuming that they are reading that on Central Dispatch. You are assuming that they understand it. You are assuming that everything is okay. But assume spells what? ASSU, right? ME, right?
Yes, sir.
There's ASS, you, and me. That's what assume is. It makes the ASS out of both you and me. So don't leave it up to assumptions. Go ahead and hit that fly with a hammer and drive that point home. Mr. Carey, you do understand that this quick pay, as described by Central Dispatch, means that you get paid within 48 hours, within 24 to 48 hours. Yes, I understand that. Okay, you understand that this conversation is being recorded for quality service. Yes, I understand that. Okay, I'm gonna send you a copy of this so you can sign it and send it back to me, okay? See how simple that is? Now you're taking out all the assumptions, right? Taking out all the assumptions. You're like a protected baby in the arms of his mother. Because ain't nothing go wrong now. But if you assume, then you just don't know. So, don't leave it up to that. Please don't. Because once they kick you off, you're not getting back on. Okay?
Okay, no problem. Thank you.
All right. Next question?
Yeah, how's it going, Calvin? I got a question.
Yeah.
Hey, I know it's kind of slow out here with freight and everything, but you think, is it a good idea now to like, kind of like start a little company, get like, cause I have my own authority to get truckers, you know, onto my authority?
That would be a good idea. I mean, anytime, anytime when you got this type of situation, this is a good time to just sit back and come up with business ideas. Okay. Some of the, as you all notice, some of the best ideas come when their mind is idle, right? When there's not much going on, right?
Yep.
So, like anything else, now's the time for you to sit back and say, okay, well, I have a whole lot going on, so let's look at some of the problems in the industry and see if we can come up with a solution to them, right? Because the biggest rewards come from what? The biggest gains come from what? Solving problems.
Right.
You know, Bill Gates saw a problem with computers, because y'all remember when computers were these big old things with all these reels on them, and you had to have a computer in a like in a big building by itself, one big computer. Y'all remember that?
Like mainframes. Yeah.
Exactly. Bill Gates saw that problem, and he started doing micro processing and microchips and condensed it down to the size of a, you know, y'all remember that thing you used to put on your head? You know, your mom used to put on the head and dry hair? Right? The big round thing like that right there. So Bill Gates condensed that computer down to about that size right there. It's kind of big and bulky, but he made it look kind of jazzy and stuff, this and that, and put one in every office, on every desk. Solve the problem. Now they still had the server with the floppy drives and stuff somewhere in that building, but it routed information to those computers that was on everybody's desk now. You didn't have to go down to this warehouse or to this building and go in there and talk to the guys in there that had the white coats on and they, you know, put out the stuff and they read, you know, all that type of stuff. Now they had it where it was right there in front of them. They can punch it up and they can read the data right there. And not like it is now where it gives everything in, you know, in real form. It was in data form, but still that was a huge leap. That was a huge improvement. Because now you had them all on all the desks in a building, in an office. So companies could be more productive. They can do a lot more. They can research and crunch a lot more numbers. Then he went a step further. He took it from the data phase and put it into real Word file. That's where Microsoft Word came from. That's why it's called. Y'all ever wonder why it's called Microsoft Word? Because he took it from the data, the X and O's and the ones and the zeros. Remember, that's all it was, you know, back in the day. Y'all remember that?
Binary.
Yeah, he took it from binary and put it into real words. He created a language that taught the computer to display it in ways that anybody could understand it and put it in language form. He solved the problem. And then by doing that, he was able to do what? Put it in every household, but now you didn't have to have a computer degree in programming to read the doggone thing.
That's why he hit the mother load.
That's right. He solved the problem. You see what I'm saying? That's all it is. You have to figure out a way to recognize the problems in any industry, and then you work on solving that problem. Now, if you can solve a problem that the masses have, then guess what? You're on your way, man. Okay? That's what it's all about. So now's the time for you all to start looking at some things and solving some problems. You know, Mr. Khalid Hodge, he saw a problem with finding freight and the prices that you wanted to pay for it. He looked at our platform. He, you know, read how much money you need to move your truck. We looking for loads. We trying to find loads that pays the amount of money that the truck drivers want. But it's taking a long time because we got to go through it and then we got to calculate everything. Oh, there's a problem. I'm good at what? software and I'm good at encryption. Let me solve that problem. Now he's so busy, you can't even get him on the phone because he's so busy. Everybody that joins our platform basically gets that, what you call it. And you got, think about all the people out there that are paying more than what you all are paying for. You think his income level didn't go up or not? Because he solved the problem. That's all it is. You gotta learn to, spot the problems. And every industry has its problems, and not just in the industry, but in life in general. You can look and see what problems are, and you come up with a solution. Make a lot of money. The guy that came up with that little stickum thing, the little paper stickum thing, you stick them on the, right? People were writing notes and leaving these little pieces of paper, and tearing them out the pad. Like, hold up, that's a problem. Let me put a little glue on this doggone thing and some nice little colorful squares and like whatever around that. You can take it off and just stick it right on somebody's computer, or stick it on the refrigerator, or stick it somewhere else. That guy became a billionaire with that little strips of, right?
Yeah.
So, problems. That's all you got to do. Solve problems. You can make plenty of money. You have a lot of people and you'll do great. Right? Some problems are complicated. Some problems are not. But they all require you to sit down and think about it. And put some type of focus into trying to figure that problem out. Trying to find the solution. All right? All right. What time is it? All right, 9 o'clock. I'll be here for an hour. I wasn't gonna do anything past maybe 45 minutes. So maybe 1 or 2 questions more, and then I'm gonna call it for the night. I gotta get some here.
Hey, Calvin, it's Damien. I have something to say. I figured out today. I get a contract through U-Ship, and when I went ahead and posted on Central Dispatch, I noticed that the miles were way off than what it posted on. It was like 1,030 miles. And when I posted on Central, it was like 1,230 something.
Okay.
That's almost a 200 miles difference.
Yeah. But
I didn't want to call U-Ship because I tried my best not even thinking about dialing number.
Yeah.
Even
that could be a problem, but the way Central Dispatch is designed, or the way they do business, is not really a problem. Because unless it's going past where the carrier has his final drop. You understand? Because if it's not going, past where the carrier has his final drop, or where he's already going, if it's still on his way, that's not a problem. Because he's going to run those miles no matter what. Because he's going that way, right?
Okay.
So now, if it's running past where he's got to go drop his load at, right, then it's a problem. But if he's going from Florida, he's already spending the money going from Florida to California. That's already a gift. He's already doing that before you even came into the picture, right? Now, if you got a load in Fort Lauderdale, he's going from Miami, you got to go by Fort Lauderdale, so he picks it up. And your vehicle is going to, let's say, Oklahoma, right?
Okay.
And on U-Ship, it says it's 900 miles to Oklahoma, or wherever it's got to drop. But on Central Dispatch, it's saying it's 1,300 miles.
Yeah.
But it's still on the way to California, right?
Gotcha.
So it's not a problem.
Okay.
Because they're already spending the money. Wherever they got to go in between there, you're really just helping them out. Because you are putting more money on their truck, and that cuts their costs. You see what I'm saying? That's the beauty of the whole system.
Okay. Now, we're just thinking that something was wrong as far as, why.
It's just Central Dispatch. You ship not, and You know,
I start thinking about
that would be a problem if you was not using our strategy. You would just, hot shot, picking up a load and running it, right?
Yeah.
But
Right.
because we're combining the two sites, that's not a problem. Because the way the fulfillment site works, it works in your favor like that. So that's not a problem.
Okay. Yeah, that was coming out of South Dakota.
Yeah. I wouldn't worry about that because I promise you the driver ain't worried about it. All the driver knows is I got more money on my truck. Right? And this is on the way. That's all he's worried about. Okay?
I got a two-part question.
Yeah.
What's the benefit for drivers to lease onto another authority?
Oh, a lot of benefits. If drivers young and they just got there, they just getting into owner operating status, and carriers and shippers don't want to load them because they're new and they don't have enough time on the road and all that type of stuff. So they lease on somebody's authority, and they're gonna check the authority, and the authority may be in use for 5 years, 10 years, whatever the case may be. And the authority has a history of running loads that they can show that they ran successfully and dropped. Or the driver may have had some problems that prevented him from getting his own authority, right?
I got you, yeah.
Or whatever the case may be.
So how do you get, like, let's say you're recruiting trying to get somebody to leave somebody else's lease. Is there particulars you have to do with that?
Are you trying to get somebody to do what? To lease onto your authority?
Or to leave another authority come to mine? Do you have to do anything?
To leave another authority come to yours?
Yeah.
I wouldn't even get into that. I wouldn't even. You get into dirty water.
Oh, it is? Okay, man.
You about to start something. I'm gonna steal your drivers. You gonna do what? Okay, I got them for you. Look,
okay.
Look. This industry has a shortage of drivers. Drivers coming in every day, all day. You don't gotta go there. You don't gotta go there. If a driver is dissatisfied, all you gotta do is put what you're paying, right? If you're paying more, if a driver is dissatisfied, he'll come to you. You ain't gotta try and go snatch somebody.
Okay, man. All right.
Let's not start ransacking somebody else's garage now. You don't want to start nothing. It won't be that, right?
That's true.
Exactly.
So I've got a quick question.
Yeah.
What's a good way to communicate with the carrier that we're not finding the loads at the price we originally were going to try to find them at?
Well, the industry,
and not lose them.
The industry is what it is. All day I can tell you, Mr. Carrier, is you might want to consider an Assurance USA policy.
Okay.
I mean, seriously, right?
Right.
That would be the perfect solution to that situation, right?
Right.
Because the board freight in general is low right now. It's not this region, it's all regions. It's just, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because if you can't find it, that means it's not out there.
Okay.
So that's why what we've come up with is the perfect solution to enhance owner operators' bottom line.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, because it's like I've got the dispatch agreement. We're working some things out, and that's going good. And I say, well, what we originally were talking about, it's looking a lot different now. So
now
I'll kind of start bringing that up a little.
Now, here is something you can do, or rethinking your strategy.
Right.
Start looking at very, very, very short loads in a certain state, right?
Right.
Might not be in his area, but you may have to go outside of his area to find some short load runs, right?
Right.
And if you can find those short load runs, let's go over here where it says trip miles, right? Let's click on that. If you find, click on trip miles, whew, might have got some wheels turning over. I don't know what they got going on.
Will you be posting those assurance videos in the back office?
Probably not in this back office. We're gonna create a different, there's gonna be a different, we got a different back office that we're gonna be putting those in. But right now they're going on our YouTube channel for RBBS, but we are creating a YouTube channel for the Assurance USA. Because what we've done is we've created an entire new industry, right? We have created a new industry, and since we created that industry, that's what allowed us to file a patent. You know, normally you can't patent a business unless you created everything about that business. If you created the industry, if you created the business model, if you created the terms, if you created the operating procedures, then you can patent it. And that's what we did, right? It's not insurance, so the insurance industry can't claim it. It's usher. You know, we're not saying that we'll pay you if something happens. No, we're saying we'll pay you each and every time you claim a short load. If you meet the parameters, that's almost completely different from what insurance does. Insurance, you pay it, right? Just in case shit happens, right?
Right.
But shit rarely happens, right?
Right.
And then when shit does happen, the insurance company, they try to find a way not to pay it, right?
That's right.
So, you know, by the nature of the assurance business, it's a promise to pay. That's what assurance means. Look up the definition of assurance. And that's where I kind of got the idea from. I was just, you know, playing with some stuff, and I messed around and was typing some stuff in, and I typed in assurance, and I saw the definition of it.
Right.
Yeah,
There's no assurance industry that's out there.
Exactly. Now there is, because we created it.
Right. Well, now.
The definition of assurance is a positive declaration intended to give confidence, a promise.
Yep.
And that kind of triggered something in my head. I'm looking up, I'm like, you know what, cheap freight. If someone could promise these guys that if they ran cheap freight, they still make good money. So, that things might hit me upside the head. Oh, shoot. Oh, I got it. Right? So, you know, that's what assurance is. The promise to pay. Not pay if shit happens, just in case something happens. You're paying regardless in case, no, you're paying because you're going to claim what? A subpar load. Because there's so many of them out there.
The difference, I mean, the similarity is they really both mean the same by definition, but like you said, with the assurance side, that's something that's going to be repetitive. On the insurance side, it don't happen one time.
Yeah, if you look up, if you look up insurance, hold up. If you look up insurance, okay, see what it says? A practice or arrangement by which a company or government agency provides a guarantee of compensation for specified loss, damage, illness, or death in return for payment of a premium. But they only do that if this shit happens. You see what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, I mean, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's the difference. I mean, but
yeah.
you know, everybody's gonna die.
Yeah,
That's
because
obvious.
exactly. But if you, but if, yeah, but
that's
if you,
the claim process.
yeah, but up until then, you could be paying for a year, or you can be paying for 100 years.
I mean, who has a crystal ball? That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's the point.
Yeah, you can be paying for a year, or you can be paying for 100 years. Right?
Yeah, and you want to hopefully do the 100, but yeah, no doubt.
Exactly.
But I was just kind of just trying to lay a framework in terms
Yeah.
of.
But that's why they use. But that's why they use guarantee and not a promise.
Right, exactly.
That's the main difference in the two. One is a
and
promise.
That's why they have to have reserves.
Yeah, one is a promise, and the other one is a guarantee. Now, a guarantee that can be broken. The promise, when it comes to business, cannot. If they do what they're supposed to do, provide the necessary documentation, then we promise to pay out on the claim. The guarantee.
Like the insurance company, it has reserves anyway. So, you know, if they go insolvent, you know, that they're, you know, there's still money there to pay out, you know, whatever claims. And,
yeah,
you know,
but they only pay about 20. Insurance companies only pay about 25 to 26% of all the premium they take in.
Well, believe it or not, well, yeah. Well, I mean,
yeah, you know that. I mean, yeah, because they're taking in so much money, but you only pay out when something happens. And stuff don't happen all the time like that. Like in this case, they're going to be filing weekly claims.
Weekly occurrence, right? Yeah, exactly.
But for insurance, you can be paying your car insurance for 15 years and never have an accident.
Exactly.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's just a level of protection, you know, like we talked about that legacy, you know what I'm saying? Because the main thing with insurance, I ain't trying to, you know, get all off to that, but I don't really believe in life insurance. I believe in something called income replacement. Because when a breadwinner passes away, not only do they pass away, but their income passes away too.
I mean,
you know what I'm saying? So $100,000 policy ain't gonna do nothing, you know, maybe pay off a little debt here and there.
Yeah, look,
whatever.
I got that, you know, with this house, you know, that I bought. You know, that me and my wife have here now. You know, if something happens to myself or her, you know, that notice paid.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you got the income replacement insurance. That's like with Aflac. You know, that famous.
Well, that's a whole totally different thing. You know, so but really,
that's totally different. But
if you make $50,000 a year, if you got put $500,000 worth of life insurance on you, heaven forbid something happens, then man, boom.
Yeah.
Take that $500,000, get a 10% rate of return, that replaces the income. That's $50,000.
But that's true. And that's all great if the breadwinner passes away before you do. There you go again. You see what I'm saying?
Well, they both won't have a policy. So yeah, I mean, it's protect the family.
Yeah.
Excuse me, fellows.
Yeah.
No.
You're breaking up. You break.
Can you hear me now?
How
about now?
Not really, but
yeah, you're breaking up bad.
Okay.
Hello? Okay, I don't know about y'all, but I can't understand the word that's going on. I'm hearing like every
hold on.
word.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
Now that sounded pretty good.
Okay, what about now?
Yeah.
Okay, so a couple of guys, you know, like you were saying, I was telling them about the product code. You know, I'm like, hey, you know, we got this good product right here, but I found out it was better to explain it to them like a hedge fund than the insurance side. Because
hold up. First of all, it's not insurance.
Right.
And it's not a hedge. and it's not really a hedge fund. It is exactly what it is. It is a compensation enhancement policy. It's not a hedge fund. It is not insurance. You all got to be very careful when you become agents and agency owners not to use those phrases when you're trying to explain what it is on what it is. Because then,
okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah, because then you get into misrepresentation.
Right.
Of what
so let me ask you this.
You don't want to do that.
Well, let me ask you this question. Okay, now they gotta have 10 grand in the policy before they start filing a claim, right?
Yep.
So basically, in order to keep up with the claims and make sure that you're not losing no money, you gotta do something with that 10 grand, right?
Well, yes and no. All right. Because this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. If you're writing policies and you're putting that 10 grand in, even though they're filing claims, they can't file excessive claims because there are guidelines in place that prevents that.
Correct.
Because remember, you got to look at how the trucking industry runs. Now, if they ever lift restrictions on how many hours you can run, and you don't have
I understand what you're saying. There's a limit. Like every policy has a limit. But what I'm saying is that with that 10 grand right there, for that to operate in such a way, now it can operate just like that if you don't do nothing with the 10 grand. But most of your normal business corporations, such as an insurance company, they take that 10 grand, they triple double it. So when you pay the claim out, it don't hurt your pocket.
Yeah, I mean, the 10 grand is not just going to be sitting there. It's going to be in some type of interest bearing or annuity type account.
Right, which that means that's
but that's not a hedge fund. But that's not a hedge fund. You can't call it a hedge fund. Then you're misrepresenting what it is you're doing. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all got to be very look. When we start training on this, we're gonna have people who are from that industry who are with the SEC.
Okay. Yeah, because that's real close.
Yeah, and letting you all know that certain things you can't say, certain things you can't pass this off as, certain things you can't do. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. A new industry with terms that are what's the word I'm looking for? Inherent to this industry only. So you can't take other industry terms and then apply them to this. You understand what I'm saying? You can't do it.
Yes, sir. Got it.
And if it is what it is. It is a compensation enhancement policy, which means the policy goes back to let you know that yes, you got to have a certain amount in, like any other policy, but it's not an insurance policy, and it's not an investment account. That's not what it is.
Right.
Right? Because if you say hedge fund, then you're
doing some other business.
No, that could be misconstrued or misinterpreted by the person who's putting their money in, that they are going to get some type of dividends or some type of interest from that money sitting there. And that's not the case. So you can't use that. You can't say that.
Okay, right.
All right. You gotta have to explain it.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you gotta have to explain it for just what it is. It is a compensation enhancement policy.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. I was just testing it out on some brothers that wasn't. I know they wouldn't even be thinking about putting up 10 grand for it. I was just testing it out to see what.
Yeah, but still, be careful with that.
Gotcha.
Don't look. If you want to know how to explain it, anybody that comes to the site, we give them an explanation. Anybody that visits the site, they get the same explanation. Let me show y'all here. We've had probably a couple hundred visitors in the last day or so. And this is worded. We've had 160 visitors in about 2 or 3 days. Okay. All right. So, and the way that's worded, let me go to the, here we go. Messages, all messages. Every visitor, when they come, this pops up in the instant message. Thanks for visiting our site. We are not active for business just yet. We are not active for business just yet. We will alert you when our official launch is ready in about 45 days. Can't go into great detail until after our official launch in about 45 days or so. But here's what I can tell you. Our compensation enhancement assurance policyholders receives up to an additional $1 CPM for the low rate loads that they run. This enhancement is paid directly to the policyholder upon weekly filings of claims for their subpar loads. Then it goes into explanation. So just one claim a week for an average load of 769 miles is $39,988 extra yearly. If you like short hauls, excuse me, 2 a week at 385 trip miles with up to $1 CPM enhancements is an extra $20,000 each year. Now, what happens if a policyholder claims 3 subpar short hauls? They would earn an extra $60,000 per year. Enhancement coverage can be customized to the policyholder's needs. Now, anything other than that, you don't need to go outside of it. You don't. If you're trying to explain, do not try to liken it to something else, because it's not. It is an original business. That's why you was able to get a patent. It's an original. It is an original business model. It is an original industry. It is the terms, everything we use in it is original. We created them. That's what allows the U.S. Patent Office to patent it and to what? For us to do all our patents and copyrights and trademarks. Okay? So, and especially when you all become agents and agency owners, you gotta, there are there's gonna be strict oversight. Strict oversight, okay? I haven't even gotten into that yet. But there's gonna be strict oversight. Because for one thing, we're dealing with money circulating into the buildings. And it's not just gonna be sitting, in a pot underneath somebody's bed. No, it's gonna be sitting in a financial institution that's gonna cause that money to grow. But if you start saying words like hedge fund, then that means you're insinuating that that person is gonna get a part of that growth. That's not the case. You understand what I'm saying? And all they got, well, some such told me it was like a hedge fund.
Can you get in closer with the group?
You understand what I'm saying?
Understand, sir.
Okay.
I would not use that word.
Yeah. So before you all start trying to explain this, if you're trying to explain this to people, it's safer just to say, hey, go to the website or go to the website and then you'll get this message and then just make sure you read this to them or you send this to them.
Right, but I was just talking to some brothers that had trucks and their own authority. I know they ain't finna do nothing. I was just trying to throw it out
I understand.
to see what they say.
Yeah, I understand, but like you're talking, then they gonna talk to somebody else, and before you know it, I don't look. Have y'all ever heard if I tell one person something and then by the end of the day it comes back to me completely different?
Oh, it's always like that. That's why they got translations in the Bible.
So if you say it's like a hedge fund, then another person say is almost like a hedge fund. Then the next person say
it is a hedge
fund, and then the next person say it's just like a hedge fund. Then another person say it's a hedge fund.
By
the time it gets back to me,
and then
here's right. How about bet the ball?
Yeah. So
can we say bet the ball?
Yeah. So to
I'm just
avoid,
having some fun.
yeah.
I'm just-
So to avoid that, just avoid calling it anything that it's not, and call it exactly what it is: compensation enhancement assurance policy. That's what it is. That's all it is. There's nothing more. There's nothing less. It's a compensation enhancement assurance policy. Learn that phrase. Learn it like you know it through the back of your mind. If you wake up at night, somebody says, "What's this thing?" Oh, it's a compensation enhancement insurance policy. Yeah, that's what it is. Don't try to make it like something else. Don't try to explain it like it's something else. It is what it is: a compensation enhancement insurance policy, a compensation enhancement assurance policy, a compensation enhancement assurance policy. That's what it is.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
I like the ideal, and so I'm following you on it totally. And
But yeah,
you know,
but once we get into more in-depth training on this, you all will start to realize this is huge. And not only is it huge, but you all as agents and policy, especially as agency owners, you're gonna have a huge responsibility. A huge responsibility. You can't come into an industry and the first year make millions of dollars a year, and on the agency side and make hundreds of thousands of dollars a year on the agent. Some agents would be in the millions themselves, but you can't have that type of reward or type of compensation without responsibility. And you're definitely not going to have it without oversight, because you all will. How many people here know what the SEC is?
Big business.
I do.
Yeah, they're gonna crawl all of our butts. They're gonna crawl all of our butts. We just created a new industry. Oh Lord, they're gonna be all over us to make sure that we do everything exactly the way we're supposed to.
You can be scrutinized.
FBI.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you know they gonna do that.
Yeah, I mean, listen to me.
A totally new one. Oh, you know they gonna be right there because them lawyers gonna be like Jim Adler. Hey, if this brother doesn't sit up there and say this, we can get him.
So, that's why we have to be very careful about what we say and how we say it and how we present it. That's why we have to be very strict about sticking to the terminology. Because when you go outside the terminology, then you start getting people whispering, saying, "Man, they said it was this. No, but I heard it was this. No, I heard it was this."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's why that compliance department is so important.
Exactly. So, and we're gonna have one of those. So we're gonna have some people that are gonna be working in compliance, and that department's gonna be paid very well, of course. But they're gonna be they're gonna be so anal, it ain't gonna be fun. Y'all gonna hate compliance. They'll read something y'all put out, they're gonna call you, "Hey, you gotta retract that."
Mr. Calvin.
That won't fly. Okay? Go ahead.
Yeah, I missed that. I wasn't with the group yet when you did the secret the secret post when I guess you was explaining, but I was wondering between the difference between being an agent and then an agency owner. What if we got enough time? What are just some of the small differences?
The agency owner is the person that owns the agency within that region. We're only going to have one agency per state. We're not going to start flooding all the states with 9, 10, 15 agencies. We want to. The reason why we don't want to flood, we want to keep it limited, because we want you all to have room to make money. We want you all to have room to grow. Okay, both as the agents and as the agency. If I put 3 agencies in one state, then you got competition within amongst yourself, right?
Yep.
But if I put one agency per state, starting off, it gives you all time to do what? To learn it and to grow and to increase your revenue and to increase your stature. Okay. Agents work for the agencies. Okay. The agency is like the freight broker, right? And then the agents are like what? The freight broker agent, right?
Yeah, I get that.
Okay, so the agency might be getting, when that $10,000 premium comes in, they may be getting their 25% from that, right? And then if you're the agent that wrote that policy, you're getting your what? Percentage from that. You're getting maybe 12 to 25% of that, you know, right? So if the policy is $10,000 on the baseline policy, the qualifying baseline amount is $10,000. And I'm not saying that these are going to be the numbers, but this is, you know, this is the calculation. Okay, so if you got the $10,000 on that comes in, let's say the client comes in, he says, okay, how much I need to be able to start, you know, filing claims. You got to have a minimum of $10,000 in your baseline policy to qualify to file claims. Okay, well, how do I get that? You can pay it in cash. You can got some factoring companies that will finance it, and they get paid back from your monthly premiums. So if you finance that, we'll add an extra percentage on your monthly premiums to pay back those factoring companies that put that up for you. Or you can go to your bank. We'll show you how to fill out the applications, to fill out for a revolving line of, you know, credit or a business loan, or you can do a equity loan on your truck, or you can do a home equity loan, or you can go to an outside financial institution and get some type of, you know what, financial product, loans, lines of credit, cash advances, you know, advanced invoice payments, all types of ways. And you all will be versed in trade and all those things. Okay, so, but let's say you got that $10,000, right? And then the agency gets 25% of that. They're gonna get $2,500, right? Then you get, as the agent, let's say you get 25% of that, $125. Not bad for writing on the policy. Now, let's say that the monthly premium is $433, right? The agency gets 5% of that each month. 433 minus 25%. So that's $108 every month that person pays that premium, right? And you get 108 minus you're getting $27 every month. So you got 625 or six, whatever it was, when you signed, when you did the policy, you wrote the policy, and now you're getting $27 a month every time they make a payment. Now let's say on the other side, you got half of those people who are finding that $10,000 right up front. And the other half, who's gonna have to do it on paying what monthly payments to get up to that amount. So their premium is gonna be a little higher, $833 minus what? 25%, 208. That's going to the agency each month, right? And then for you, 208. That's $52, right? Then when they hit that 10 grand, that drops back down to what? $433 a month. You know what I'm saying? All right. Now,
Oh yeah.
Now, if we have this, now hold up, hold on, let me finish. The ideal place to hold this money is in investment banking, like Chase, right? Or what's some of the other ones? Chase. There's a whole bunch of, I don't know what y'all got going on. Hold on, somebody got some stuff going on. And a lot of noise in the background. All right, but let's say the first half of that. Hey! Mute your mics, please. Okay, mute your mics.
My bad.
All right. Let's say you got 10,000 policyholders. First half comes up with the 10 grand. 5,000 households that comes up with 10 grand. That's $50 million. Now that $50 million is in some type of investment holding account, right? And they're putting it in, pretty safe investments, basically, U.S. savings bonds, stuff that is not gold, bullions, or things of that nature. Annuities, moderate money market accounts, stuff like that. We may even go into a small percentage going into Bitcoins or cryptocurrency. Okay, that's a good way to protect your money too. If y'all didn't know it, we maybe have a small portion of that going into cryptocurrencies. Okay, so basically, what you're looking at, all you really need is about a 3.25% return. Okay, that times 3.25% on a quarter, even on a quarterly basis. Okay, we're not talking about a monthly basis. Let's just look at that on a quarterly basis. Right, that equals another $1,625 every quarter. Money is growing by $66,500 every year. Now, see how that works? Now, if we break that down and find some type of safer investment holding account that pays monthly returns, right? Even if it's, and when you usually do monthly returns, it usually cuts your quarter returns, on the percentages just about in half. You're not going to get, 3.25% on monthly returns as you do with a quarter return, and maybe get almost 5% or 4.25% or 4.75% on your yearly. You see what I'm talking about? Depends on how you space it out to determine how big your return is. But if it's on a monthly,
I see what you're talking about.
But if it's on monthly interest return, then you'll get that 50. What was that? 50, basically 50 million. All right. You got that 50 million, and you're doing it on a monthly, right? Times, let's say 1.75. Yeah. $875,000 a month. Going back times 12, $10,500,000 a year. You see how that works?
Yeah, I guess I was thinking more about responsibility side as far as between what I guess I was thinking more of what would be feasible, somebody that got something going on, an agent. I'm pretty sure an agent got less responsibility than
Oh yeah. You're responsible for writing policy. The agency owner is responsible for running the agency for the entire state, because they got to, they got to have a region. So they may be overseeing 20, 30, 40, 50 agents. You know how big the state is, right?
Yeah, gotcha.
And especially if you're an agency owner, you're gonna have people that are coming into your office there, but you're gonna have some agents who are gonna be working from satellite offices, right? So you may have district managers or satellite managers who are managing the satellite office. They're not owners of the agency, but they're managers of that satellite location, right?
Yeah, remotely.
Yeah. And you have some agents that work completely remotely from home, your own home offices or your own shipping offices, like they do now. Some agents have their own offices, outside of the company office, right?
Right.
I mean, this is huge. I mean, this is a game changer. Okay, and when I send stuff out, because I'm still doing my contracts and stuff for my corporate executives, and once I get everything out to them and we agree on everything, on the shares and different the share percentages and stuff like that. And we agree on how many shares we're going to create for the company as a whole, and how many shares we're going to have, that first year, and all types of stuff. Because the whole goal of this is to go public. Okay, now
That's always the goal.
yeah, that's the whole goal, is to take this public, right? Because something like this, once it goes public, you're going to get offers from, oh God, all kind of people. Hey,
we gotta make sure you get us trained up on this first, because if once that go public, you're gonna be over there on the island, you're on island.
You know what? I was just talking to somebody today. Hey, y'all don't believe this, but my wife and I were talking about a couple of years ago, before we got married, and we wasn't in the position to actually do it then. But we were talking about buying an island, because I had looked up some islands, and they had one off the coast of Maine that was $199,000. It was a 90-acre island. Y'all would be surprised at what you could buy an island for. But there was one off the coast of Maine. It was 9.5 miles off the coast of Maine. A 90-acre island for $199,000.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's what I said. And I kept track of it for a few, for a couple of years, and then it finally got sold. I still might be able to find the listing though.
Calvin, what's going to be the requirements to be an agency owner and an agent?
Well, agency owners are going to have to pass some type of background check, because when you start getting into that, SEC start looking into your backgrounds and start looking into all that type of stuff. So just looking into your credit reports and all that type of stuff. So there's going to be some credit requirements. There's going to be some background requirements and things like that you're going to have to pass muster to be an agency owner. Now, most agency owners, if you got money and you can buy into an agency, you can always buy into an agency but list someone else as the corporate head of the agency. You understand what I'm saying?
All right.
Because y'all ever heard of silent partners or solid ownership by proxy? Y'all heard of that?
Yeah.
You can do something like that, which means basically saying that you own it, but you don't have nothing to do with running it. Right?
You would designate somebody else to be the principal.
Exactly. Exactly. You hire a CEO or someone to be the head of that agency, but you own the agency, but you ain't got nothing to do with the running of that business.
Like the movie Casino.
Yeah, exactly. You're an owner by proxy. But anyway, Maine island for sale. See if it's still in here. I remember a while back, it was like $90,000. Private island for sale, Shepherd Island, Maine. It was an old listing, so I might be able to pull up the old listing. This is it. That's not it. This one's 65 acres, 7 million. Where's the 400,000, ain't that bad. 1 million, 6 million, 85,000, Colorado Farm. So that's a farm. That's not a farm. This one for 4.9 million. 1.3 million. Yeah. 95,000. Now that's in Florida. No, it's 95 million. I take that back. Sorry, y'all. 459,000. That's not that bad. 1.1. I bet y'all never thought y'all would be considering buying an island, huh? But when I saw that one that was 199,000, I was like, oh my God. And it was 90 acres. I couldn't believe it.
They have pretty good property listing islands off of foreign sold too. You'll be surprised.
Yeah, especially like if they're up north area, you know, they usually. I know it when I see it. But it's, let me see if I can put up, say 199,000. Include 199,000. Here's the main island for sale, dwelling in Maine, 199,000. Five Kobe Drive South. I think that's just a listing on the island. They said it was 90 acres. Do this. Probably got to go back to like 2017 for a listing that was pulled up in 2017. Private islands that cost less than a Manhattan apartment. All right, here's one for 79,000. 81.58 acres, non-developed. It's off Brazil. Here's one in the South Pacific, 199,000, 81 acres. So point. It's not that big. 370,000, 1.9 acres. Hold up. It's 4.9. It looked almost like this. It looked almost like this. It was really, really, really nice. And I couldn't believe it. I was like, but anyway, if you do enough research, you can probably find some good ones. You know, some that are not, you know, so far out that you can't fathom any of it about one. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, if and when you get to the point of you doing a couple $100,000 a year, then, you know, $199,000 island is not that bad. I mean, that's the what we pay for this house. When you think about it, yeah, that's what was so appealing. I was like, wow, if that opportunity was put before me now, I'd jump on it in a heartbeat. You know, and build a big container home and have solar panels and the generators that runs on solar and biodiesel, where you have to fill the thing up like once every 2 or 3 years, because it pretty much runs on solar. You know what I'm saying? And the diesels that just in case it doesn't get enough solar energy stored up in it, and you can run the thing just like that. You can build your own cell phone tower, and you know, or your own Wi-Fi tower. And that's all you really need, right? You got your Wi-Fi, you got your generator, your solar energy, good to go, right?
Absolutely.
Buy you, you know, about 9, 10 head of cattle, let them breed out there, buy yourself about 15, 20 deers, and you put them out on the property and let them breed, you know, you know, fish, hunt when you want to, you know, don't get crazy with it, kill maybe 1 deer a year, a couple of steers a year, you know, bunch of chickens. You know, that's the life. Completely off the grid, right? Life.
Live life in terms.
Exactly. But we say that, but that's not so far-fetched now. You understand what I'm saying? Because look, we're sitting here talking about a 50, 100, and $200 billion industry that we're about to create. But it's not that far-fetched that agency owners could be making $2 or $3, $4 million a year. Agents could be making, $500,000, $600,000 a year. We just looked at some islands that in those income range, you could easily afford those. So this is not, I mean, a lot of people say, man, they talking crazy. No, they're not. We're talking about, we got something we're chasing. You're headed towards something.
We got them other loads.
Yeah, if you're not headed towards something, then you're standing still and you're going away from something, right?
Well, Calvin, I know I heard you make this statement, and it stuck in my head. And you said, if you're not chasing greatness, what the hell are you running for?
Yeah, what the hell are you running for?
Make all sense in the world.
Yeah, I mean, that was a post I put up one time. You're not chasing greatness, what the hell are you running for? We did that on one of our broadcasts. That was the title of the broadcast, right?
Yeah, that's where I heard it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, just remember that. You're gonna chase anything, chase greatness, right? All right. We're gonna call it a night, y'all. But if you want to know more about how that all works, I put up a Facebook post today. Very interesting Facebook post where I explained. I actually did a YouTube video today. Probably got some responses on it here. Let me check the responses real quick. I did a YouTube video on it. Oh, come on. Here, what's it called? Oh, this is it right here. It's on it's in our Facebook page. There it is. Right there. That's the live. We have the solution to cheap freight. Then I did a Facebook post for it. But I did a YouTube. I'll put it on. Oh, there it is right there. There's the YouTube post. No, that's not it. That's not it. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Shaggy. Shaggy's always trying to send stuff to the group. Ending. Oh, yeah, somebody was hosting a party. All right. What's the YouTube channel? Yeah. One letter too long on that one. YouTube. Yeah, this is it right here. It should be trending pretty good now. This is it right here. Returns USA. This is it. Returns USA, the solution to cheap freight. This is from a Facebook Live post that I did today, and I shot it out to a whole bunch of groups. Y'all can see it's just, and I took some questions from some truck drivers and some owner operators and stuff. Basically, creator of the compensation enhancement assurance industry and CEO of Assurance USA, explains the industry, how compensation enhancement policies work, as well as how owner-operators can double their take-home revenue utilizing and Assurance USA compensation enhancement assurance policy. Okay, y'all got to get used to rolling that phrase off your tongue. Okay, because people are going to be asking you all a lot of questions about, well, what is this? What is it? Like, what is this and that? But do everything you can to avoid saying it's like this or it's like that. You don't want to get caught up in that. Okay, you don't want to get pushed into saying stuff like that. Say just what it is. It's a compensation enhancement assurance policy. And what is that? Well, we compensate owner-operators up to an additional $1 per mile for running those that are subpar on the rate. That's very easy, right? It's not hard to explain. Not hard to explain at all. But you got to keep it in that context. Don't try to liken it to something else. Don't try to do stuff like that, because that's when you start getting into trouble. And then people start repeating what you said, and then it changes, and then the wrong people get a hold of it. And next thing you know, you got people crawling up our butt. Okay, so especially when you're first starting something like this, and it's new, and it's got to be real careful how you explain it. You got to be real careful how you present it. You got to be real careful in how you advertise, especially how you advertise and brand it. Okay, so you have to be real careful. If you find yourself at a loss of words, go to the YouTube channel, go to our Facebook post, go to the website itself. That's why the website is there. Go to the website itself and say, well, what's the website? NoCheapFreights.com. You can go to NoCheapFreight.com, or you can go to AssuranceUSA.net. Take it to the website. Let them take a look at the website. Everything is in there. Go to the About Us page. I'm gonna show y'all what it looks like when someone comes to the website. I just went to the website. I'm gonna show you what that looks like when they get that. A bunch of people that have been to the website. So let me do this first of all. Y'all see that? If you're on the website, you're gonna get something like that. Y'all see how that popped up? Did everybody see that? Hello? Y'all there?
No, I missed it.
All right. Yeah, this right here on the side, it popped up. All right, let me do it again. Because you all, as agencies, you all will have this feature on your phones too, on the mobile version, of the site. All right. So when someone visits the site and they're from your region, right? Right now, I get pop-ups from all over, because I'm the only one that's designated an owner, or an administrator right now. But once we get everything going, you all will be in your own regions, and the people from your area or from your state go on the site. They're gonna get, you all will be able to go in and see when they're on the site, and you all will be able to send them. Y'all see that? I just popped up again. You'll be able to send them a message right to the chat. Right?
Right.
And, and you have some prefab messages that you can send too. You can click right here, and it says, "Hi, thanks for visiting our site. Let us know if we can help with anything." You click that one. You got another one that says, "Hi, welcome to our business name. We're located at, tell them where you're located at. To get in touch, call, put the phone number in. We look forward to hearing from you. So, or there's another one on here that says, hi, my name is, thanks for getting in touch. Our team will contact you soon. Let us know what we can do to assist you. So if you click on one of those, then you click send, pop right back up, new message. There it is right down there. Hi, thanks for visiting our site. Let us know if we can help you with anything. Okay, so pretty good. I think it's pretty good. I'm sending some out now. Some people that are on the site right now. We got about 6 people who are on the site. Sending some messages out right now. I know that we're not open for business just yet, but here's what it is. And this is a great branding tool too. It's a great way to get information out about who you are and what you're doing. When I created this site, I wanted to have these features in there, so it gives you all good features to brand your agency. Okay. But yeah, they can come here, they can click to the site, click about us, they'll come down here, and I'm gonna load up some more videos down here so we can just roll through them. And one of them is gonna be an expert, it's gonna be telling you about who we are, how it works. This is now when I do that one, I'm probably gonna shave, cut my hair and shave my head and put the suit on and and all that type of stuff. So it's gonna be very professional. So it's be very polished, almost like a info commercial almost. Going on it and things of that nature. Mr. Israel, how you doing? I don't know if you're on here tonight, but we all need to get together once we get everything going and take some professional photos. To put on the site.
Absolutely, I'm here.
Okay.
I appreciate your time, man, and all these knowledge bombs you got. It's
amazing. Yeah, we're gonna get together and we're gonna arrange to get some professional photos done and put them up there, and then we'll be able to put I'm loading up my bio on here tonight, and then I'll get with you all on working with your bios and being able to present them, in a good manner. For those of you who don't know what a professional bio looks like, I have one on my other business page, my financial services page, where we basically match buyers with discounted performing portfolios and off-market assets. This company that I run, where I do that at, and it does really, really well. that's the other me. This is the other me that you all really don't get a chance to see a lot. This is the me that you all don't get a chance to see a lot. We'll be able to load the bio up, and you click on it, it pulls up your professional bio. Okay, tells about what you've done, things you're doing, what companies you're the head of, and then you get little personal, reflections and stuff you put in there, with your bio. Come down here and you have a lot of people say a lot of nice things about you, a lot of people you work with. You list all your assets and things like that, so people would know what your net worth is. Whenever you're doing a corporate bio, you want to know, what properties, development properties or commercial properties, different companies you own or you're the head of. They want to see what your assets are, and all that type of stuff. Your professional relationships, your experience level, different things that I've worked on, different things that I have shares in and interest in. My past affiliations, schools, sales jobs, wherever I've been at before, and then you got all these recommendations from professionals who work with you and they have nice things to say about you, and all that stuff in there, and it just, it's, and believe it or not, most of this stuff is from LinkedIn, because I have a very, very, very extensive LinkedIn account, because I've actually done work. I've worked with numerous commercial real estate professionals and commercial investors on helping them get their properties either sold or putting them together with competent buyers and things like that. So and then you do your conclusion, conclusion in providing great service. Your conclusion is some type of profound statement or quote that you personally came up with. I came up with. In providing great service, each and every client deserves the best service you can provide. Their project deserves nothing shy of the absolute best version of you in servicing their accounts every time. To accomplish this requires total commitment, dedication, and sacrifice. Some would say that's difficult to accomplish every time. It's just too hard. Well, it's supposed to be hard. If it wasn't, anyone could do it. The hard is what brings out the greatness in you. Okay. Yes, that's an original quote, okay, by me. So, but that's what your bio looks like. That's what your professional bio, looks like. Want to have stuff like this on these types of businesses because you have people who are looking at this stuff, and sometimes you have the SEC and other people will go in there just to review and to see what you all are all about, and they want to be, and your shareholders are definitely going to go look at it. So they want to know that they can have confidence in your ability to run the company. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's their money, right?
I'm glad they already checked me out. So.
Yeah. So you want to make sure that you have that type of stuff. But I'm loading up this bio on there tonight. I'm going to add some stuff to it with the Logistics Learning Center and things I'm doing now. This was from a couple of years ago. No, this is just before I got into trucking. Yeah. I started this company back before I got into trucking and been doing pretty well. And I sold my tax firm to trucking to my partners in that. So, but that's the other me. That's the me that you all don't get a chance to see much of now, but you're gonna start seeing a lot of me in this new venture. Okay? You all will see a lot of this guy. Okay, I've got to get back in shape though. I told my wife I need to lose about, I need to lose about 100 pounds. But I'm gonna get back there. So it's that time to get serious about that and about this. Okay. But anyway, that's it. I will see you all back here on Saturday for the Six Figures Booking Freight from Home show. I'm trying to get one of the factoring companies from Triumph Factoring, Triumph Factoring Company. I'm trying to get her on, Miss Williams, I think is her name. I'm trying to get her on for Saturday. And I am going to see if I can tighten up my negotiations with them to see if I can nail them down on some type of decision on if they're going to be able to participate in this new venture by financing, those premiums and then having paid back through their monthly premium. I think it's a huge opportunity for a factory. I really do. And
that's huge. That's
yeah,
right.
I think it's a huge opportunity for a factory company, and especially one that comes on and they're the first one. I mean, if they're doing great, I'll do an exclusive with them. Say, hey, you are the the factoring company for this industry. Okay, you are the factoring company for our line of products. Okay, so but I think it's huge, I mean, this and the Logistics Learning Center, and you all are just going to get better at what you do, and this is just going to add to your skill set. This is going to add to your portfolios. This is going to add to your bottom line. This is going to add to your financial health.
The training can get an island.
Yeah. This is going to add to it. Maybe one day after all this Corona stuff is behind us, you never know. We may be having a huge get together on a private island. So, I know people when they talk about something, I'll just talk crazy. Oh, we're not. Actually, we're not talking crazy. We've already shown you that those things are not out of reach. Okay, so they're out there for sale, and they're well within reach. If I was in the position being that I am now, I'd be living on one. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'd have bought that island in a heartbeat. It costs less than this house. I'd have bought that island in a heartbeat. Okay, really, $199,000. Yes, a heartbeat. So,
that would have been an asset.
yeah, I'd have bought that house. I'd have bought that island in a heartbeat and build the house exactly the way I wanted it. Don't get me wrong, I love this house. I do. This house has so much character, and the architecture of it is just great. The way it's designed, inside and out, is the huge high ceilings and the opens up. The staircase is the focal point of it, and the glass work, outside, up top, and when you look of it from the road. I'm having the tree trimmers to come out, I think this weekend, and they're cutting this big tree down that hangs over the house, and they're going to remove some of these trees from around it, and we are going to put palm trees out, because we're going to put a metal roof on it, and the metal roof is going to have solar panels, and we're getting that generator. So, cut our utility, just wipe them out, just get rid of them. Okay. If you all ever get a chance to, or if you ever get in a position to really look into getting, that type of generator for your homes and stuff, because you literally get rid of all your utilities. It's called Generac. There it is right there. They range anywhere from $3,000 to $10,000 depending on which kind you get. But you get one for $1,800 too. But that's that one is good for that's good for actually this house right here. This would be good for it, or something like that one, or even this one. Okay. Now if you're running, like, say, the island, you want something like this, right there, right? You want something like that, running, multiple homes or multiple locations. But for this house, this would be good. Anything from here to here, and as you all can see, they are really, really. You can use it as a support, or you can use them as your main power source. Okay, but they save you a ton of money, a ton of money. You literally get rid of all your utilities, right? Especially ones that are solar, and they're solar and they're biodiesel. So they're powered by solar, and they store the solar energy. But when there's not enough solar energy stored up, it kicks in and use the biodiesel. But it used that very, very seldom to even jump on the biodiesel. So you may have to fill the thing up, every 2 years. You know, so you can't beat that. I mean, that's worth the money you put out front, the savings you have by not having any type of utility bill. Controls your water, hot water, you know, everything. And your hot water heater off, you know, off that your, you know, your power, everything, right off of that. But anyway, that's it. Talk to y'all on Saturday. Okay, y'all have a good night. Y'all be safe. Please practice social distancing. I know a lot of the states, the president is saying he wants to open up the country, but you know, use common sense, people. Don't get careless and then get caught slipping. Okay, don't do it. My wife and I talked. I'm actually gonna go get tested probably sometime. I'm gonna go to the VA and get tested and see if I've got the antibodies. I told y'all before, I think I had this thing back in 2018, like around March 2018, when I got admitted to the hospital, and I thought I was dying. I really did. I couldn't breathe. They put me on a respirator. My eyes were bloodshot red. I was literally crying blood. The first time they kept me in the hospital for 4 days, and they let me go home. And then that night I got worse, and I had to go back to the hospital, and I was 10 times worse. And they kept me for almost 14 days. So I was in the hospital for 2 weeks. They had me on a respirator. All the stuff that I'm seeing now, they had me on that type of stuff, but they didn't know what it was. They didn't know what it was. I guess they didn't know what to call it. They didn't know what it was. They kept telling me it was, it was like influenza, but it's not. It's attacking my respiratory system, and it's attacking, my respiratory system, some of my, my organs and like kidney and stuff, this and that. And finally got me back up to, doing okay and sent me on my way. But I did a broadcast, one of the Book and Freight broadcasts. In fact, I was so scared I didn't even go back home because I was scared to go back home. I was scared because I was living way out there. I was living in a fifth wheel camper when I was developing this platform. I was staying in a fifth wheel camper out there off the truck route, Bob making stuff out there and all that type of stuff. So, but I was scared to go back out there because I didn't want to go out there and people can't find me. So I checked into the Sheraton downtown here in Tallahassee and got a suite on the 12th floor and stayed there for about 2 weeks and just ordered room service and just I got better and I did a broadcast a couple of nights after I got out of the hospital, and you can see on that broadcast my eyes they look like I look like a vampire. My eyes were just blood red, both eyes. And that's all the stuff they talk about now. The symptoms and the medical stuff they go through. It attacks your capillaries and your blood. Blood clots and all that type of stuff. I mean, I had all of it, but they didn't know what to call it, and thinking I had it. So if I did have it, I should have some antibodies. So, and because I know they're using plasma from people who had it and beat it, and the plasma is helping people who are suffering badly from it now. So I want to find out if I do have the antibodies so I can make some of my plasma. But this thing has got to get better, and it will. But it's never going to be the way it was before. Our world and the way we operate, the way we gather, the way we interact with each other, that's forever changed. And I just hope you all are aware of that. Being aware of that, just know that they want to open up the country so they can get the money flowing again. But be careful, protect yourselves, be careful. Careful where you go, careful how many people you hang out with, careful who you're around. Just be careful, okay? Because I hate to hear about anything happening to any of you all. And I genuinely mean that. All right, so y'all just be safe. All right, everybody, I see y'all on Saturday. Y'all have a good night.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, sir.